Hello learners, thank you for joining us. In our today's lesson, we are going to discuss the classification of partnerships. Classification of partnerships. Classification of partnerships. Partnerships. Classification of partnerships. That is what we will discuss in our today's learning session. Now, partnerships may be classified on the basis of three things. Number one, activity. Number two, liability. And number three, time duration. Time duration. Partnerships may be classified on the basis of A, activity, B, I've said liability, and C, time duration. Time duration. Partnerships may be classified on the basis of activity. On the basis of activity. Now, on the basis of activity, how do we classify partnerships? So we have activity. We've said this is the first basis. The first basis is activity. Now, under this mode of classification, partnerships are put into two categories. That is the trading partnerships and non-trading partnerships. So you have the trading partnerships and non-trading partnerships. Trading and non-trading partnerships. So what are trading partnerships? Trading partnerships are partnerships whose main activity is processing, manufacturing, construction, or purchase and sale of goods. From the word trading, trading means buying and selling of goods. Buying and selling of goods. Trade. When you trade, if you are a trader, then you are buying tangible goods and selling tangible goods, or processing or manufacturing and then selling what you have processed. So there are two categories of traders again. There are those who buy and sell. There are those who manufacture, then sell. So the first classification we've said is on the basis of activity, and this activity is the mode of classification is put into two categories: trading partnerships and non-trading partnerships. Non-trading partnerships. So trading partnerships I've explained. These are partnerships whose main activity, whose main objective is to buy and sell goods, or to process or manufacture and sell the goods. So trading. Then there is the non-trading partnerships. Non-trading partnerships. Non-trading partnerships. These are partnerships whose main activity is to offer services. To offer services. To offer services such as accountancy services, legal services, medical services, banking services, and so on. So this deals with goods, the first one. the second one deals with services. So the partnerships can be classified on the basis of activity. So these activities may either be trading activities or non-trading activities. Partnerships that deal in trading activities are known as trading partnerships, and partnerships that deal in servicing, okay, offering services, are known as non-trading partnerships. Then we can move on to liability. Liability, classification based on liability. Liability. Under liability, again, there are two categories of partnerships. There are two categories of partnerships under liability. And under liability, under this mode of classification, partnerships are categorized into two groups. The first group is general partnerships. General partnerships. General partnerships. What are these general partnerships? General partnerships, this is a partnership. A general partnership is a partnership in which all the partners may publicly act on behalf of the business, and each partner may individually be held responsible for the debts of the firm. Is that clear? I repeat. A general partnership is a partnership in which all the partners may publicly act on behalf of the business, and each partner may individually be held responsible for the debts of the partnership. And in such a partnership, the properties of the individual partners may be used to clear the debts of the firm, as all partners have unlimited liability. All partners under general partnership, the partners in a general partnership have unlimited liability. That means that in case the firm is sued, then all the properties of the partners can be sold to pay the debts of the firm. All right. Then the second category under liability is limited partnerships. Limited partnerships. Remember, this one we say it is, another word is unlimited. The partners under general partnership, the liability is unlimited. Under the second category, the liability is limited. And learners, this partnership, the limited partnership, is a partnership in which the activities of certain individuals are limited. The activities of certain partners are limited. That means the personal liabilities of such partners, referred to as limited partners, are in turn limited to certain stated amounts. All right? And the amounts, these amounts that are limited, are normally equivalent to the contributions by each of these limited partners to the business. Now, for a limited partnership to be formed, there are certain conditions that must be fulfilled. But before I look at the conditions, I want you to understand the difference between general or unlimited partnership and limited partnership. We've said here that all the partners in a general partnership may act on behalf of the firm, and all these partners can be held individually liable for the debts of the company. I mean the partnership. If the company, if the partnership has debts and is unable to pay, then the personal properties of these partners under the general partnership can be sold to pay off the debts of the firm. Their liability is not limited. It is unlimited. But under limited partnerships, that is not the case. All right? There are some partners under limited partnership whose liability is limited to certain amounts that they have contributed to the firm. And this amount, we said, is equivalent to the amounts that each of these partners have contributed. So the difference is all the partners under general partnership, all the partners' liability is unlimited. This one, some of the partners' liability is not limited, is limited. Some of these, the partners' liability under limited partnership is limited. Now, there are certain conditions that must be met for, or must be fulfilled for a limited partnership to be formed. Number one, the first condition that partners in a limited partnership must fulfill is that the partnership should not consist of more than 20 persons. That is condition number one. I want you to write it down. These are conditions that must be fulfilled for a limited partnership to be formed. Number one, the partnership should not consist of more than 20 persons. Number two, it must consist of one or more general partners who shall be liable for all the debts of the firm. So, for a limited partnership to be formed, condition number one, the number of the partners is limited to 20. And among the 20 partners, one or more of these 20 partners must be a general partner, meaning that the liability of this general partner or partners must be unlimited, such that in case the firm is unable to pay debts, then the personal properties of these general partners can be sold off to pay the debts of the firm. So number three, the third condition is that it should consist of one or more limited partners who shall contribute stated amount of capital. The number three, I'm saying that this limited partnership should consist of one or more limited partners who shall contribute a stated amount of capital. One or more, that's a condition. When forming it, there has to be one or more limited partners who are expected to contribute a certain amount of capital. Then lastly, the fourth condition is that the limited partners or partner, because it can be one or more, the limited partner or partners should not be held liable for the debts of the partnership beyond the amounts of capital they have contributed to the partnership. Okay, that is a condition. So these are the two classifications, okay, under liability. Then moving on to time duration, classification based on time duration. Time duration. How do we clarify? How do we classify partnerships under time duration? Now, under time duration, learners, under time duration, this mode of classification, partnerships are put into two categories. Category number one is called temporary partnerships. Temporary partnerships. Then two, we have permanent partnerships. These are two categories of partnerships under the time duration classification. So what are temporary partnerships? These are partnerships, or I can say a temporary partnership is a partnership that is formed for a specific purpose or for a specific period of time. It's temporary. For a specific purpose or for a specific period of time. For example, if a partnership can be, members of a firm can come together and form a partnership for a specific purpose of, say, importing, say, 100 vehicles. Importing and selling 100 vehicles. That is a purpose, vehicle. So upon the importation and the subsequent sale and sale of the vehicles, then that partnership is said to have accomplished its purpose. And after the sale of the last vehicle, then that partnership will be dissolved. It will be wound up. It will be dissolved. The life of that partnership will come to an end because the purpose was temporary, and this temporality was limited to the importation and sale of 100 vehicles. Or temporary partnerships, we've said, are also partnerships that are formed for a specific period of time. You can say we are going to form a partnership that is going to last for, say, 5 years. So upon the lapse of 5 years, then that partnership will be dissolved. The life of the partnership will come to an end because that partnership was formed for a specific period of time, time duration. Permanent partnership, on the other hand, is formed to carry on its activities indefinitely. 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 It does not have a specific period of time or life for fulfillment of its purpose. A permanent partnership is formed to run indefinitely. There is no specific period of time or the fulfillment of a certain purpose for it to be dissolved. This one is also known as a partnership at will. It's also called a partnership at will. It does not have a specific period of time. It is permanent. It may be dissolved, but the dissolution is indefinite. It may be dissolved for other reasons that are beyond the control of the partnership or the partners, as opposed to temporary partnership where the life of the partnership is determined in advance. You decide that at the end of this period of time, we are going to dissolve the partnership. So these are classifications of partnerships, and we said they are classified, partnerships we've said are classified on the basis of activity, this is A, and liability, that is B. Then we have time duration, I've explained it here, C. So under activity, we have trading partnerships and non-trading partnerships. Trading partnerships are partnerships that engage in the trade or buying and selling of goods, tangible goods. Non-trading partnerships, these are partnerships that engage in the sale of services. Okay, they provide services like banking, like accountancy, like medical services, and so on. Then liability, we said there are two categories: general partnerships, which are also known as unlimited partnerships, and limited partnerships. Then finally, we've discussed time duration. Partnerships can be classified on the basis of time duration. Under time duration, we have discussed temporary partnerships and permanent partnerships. And that will effectively mark the end of our today's lesson, where we discussed the classification of partnerships. Thank you for keeping tuned at the Manifested e-learning platform. We have provided all the information, all the knowledge that we require in business studies. Make sure you attend our classes. When you come to this class, don't just be a spectator. Take part in assignments. Ensure that when you appear in these lessons, you have an exercise book and a pen. Write down notes so that you can revise later on. Don't just watch the video once. Watch the video twice, 3 times until you feel that you have understood the concept. Thank you for your time, and may God bless you.